Alright, hello everyone. I think I'm just gonna play around with some dragon decks a little bit here. So let's see. This is one of my favorite dragon decks. Right now I'm running Yogg, 2 Entombs, 2 Holy Novas, an Excavated Evil, 2 Priests for the Feast, Shadowword Death, Orion, Shadowword Pain, the 2 Museum Curators, 2 Shadowword Shields, and 2 Northshire Clerics. So what am I taking out, if anything, here? Kind of my first thought. So we got big minions. We got basically flame elementals, but slightly cheaper. Nefarian. Now, do I run Nefarian and Chromagus, or I think I take out Chromagus. He's pretty. He's okay, but I think the 2 cards from Nefarian is more consistent than the 1 card from Chromagus. So I think I start there, and like, I'm not sure I run Chromagus in this deck. Maybe I run both, you know, that's fun, but Yogg, I mean, I'm still running enough spells that I think I can run Yogg. Question is, you know, what else here do I take out? I kind of want to take out the Northshires. You can't heal Fairy Dragon for one. And a lot of the time, stuff is just getting murdered so fast that they will not let you draw off Northshire Cleric really almost at any point in the game. Let's take out 1 Northshire first off and think, okay, what do I put in? What is better to put in? I already have a lot of 6-drops, and I already have not as many 5-drops, so if I just start by putting in 1 Blackwing Corruptor, it's not that bad. This is really as low kind of as this curve goes. Do I really want Northshire Cleric at all in this deck? Honestly, no, I'm not sure. Another thing I'm wondering about is taking out Shadowword Pain. You know, most minions with 3 or less attack, with some exceptions. I mean, there's a fair number of 2/4s. I think. You think Bran, Blackwing Technician, Argent Horse Rider. These are things that would not be removed by a 3 damage king. I'm trying to think of what else people actually play. I think in other classes there are a fair number of, or you know, you even think of like a Bookworm, right? I mean, that's a 3/6 that would be removed by a Shadowword Pain and would not be removed by a Blackwing Corruptor. I want 1, okay. I kind of feel like Excavated Evil sometimes, like, sometimes you really need it, but a lot of the times it's like a dead card because you can't play it when most of your dragons are on the board. I'm just gonna try taking it out. I'm not sure that this deck is gonna be truly great, you know, like no matter what I do here. Yeah, Dragonkin Sorcerer. I don't really have any buffs except Power Word Shield, so I don't think it's worth it to play in this deck. That's more of a Paladin card, I think. Do I just want, you know, the 1 Draconid Crusher? something that I can play that is really just there to take names, you know? Like, or I could play it before Nefarian in the hopes that they remove their big creature removal on it. Although really, once it's on the board, you would actually play Nefarian before you play the Draconid Crusher. Because the Draconid Crusher is actually bigger as soon as the battle cry is done, right? I mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, you really want a lot of this early game stuff. Just for some stability. I think taking out Northshire is good. Power Word Shield is pretty good cycling. Two Priests of the Feast. You know, like, the thing about this deck is that there's really no other recovery in here. You get the two Holy Novas, but there's nothing that, like, if they are going pure Smork face, Priest of the Feast is the only way to recover. You know, there's the two Power Word Shields, Shadow Word Pain, Shadow Word Death, two Holy Novas, two Entombs. I think there's enough in here that that you can recover, you know, 6 to 12, which is, I mean, that's really all you need. So I think Priest of the Feast is fine here. It's just a little bit of stability. It's big, good stats. It's a good creature. And it's like, I mean, it's on curve more than like anything else there. You know, it would be Hungry Dragon instead of Priest for the Feast. And the thing is, Hungry Dragon is hard to play, right? Because I mean, there's a lot of good one drops, and giving the opponent, you give them a Flame Imp, and it's not cost efficient for you, right? I mean, yeah, the Hungry Dragon would need to be a little bit bigger or something, unless you really have, like, basically unless you have weapons. If you're like a warrior or whatever, or a paladin where you have lots of weapons, then I think it's a little bit better. Because you just play the Hungry Dragon and remove it with your weapon, which is still not that great because you're using a weapon charge, but it's a lot better than just not being able to remove it at all and having to remove it with the Hungry Dragon, which, you know, basically makes the card not so good. I think this is, you know, I think the Blackwing Corruptor, I think taking out the Northshire, taking out Chromagus should give this a little bit more stability. Nefarian into Yogg is like kind of nice too, because then you have more spells. You have more ways to activate the Yogg effect. I think this is good. You know, it's like you have the Blackwing Corruptor here, the 5/4, and this is the 3/5. 3, but this is 3 damage ping, so I think the Blackwing Technician is a little bit more important. Although I guess with if Bran was somehow alive, you could actually get Devil King on Blackwing. That'd be cool. I guess at some point I also should probably consider whether I really need the Azure Drake, because the only thing that benefits from it is the Holy Nova, but it's decent cycling, right? I mean, and it's 4 damage, which is good against other priests, so I would say Azure Drake is pretty consistently decent, right? I mean, it's hard for it to be truly bad. It's not always the... Oh, I only have 29 cards in here. How did that happen? Whoops. Should I add in this Dragonite Crusher? Yeah. Let's add in the one Dragonite Crusher. That seems good. I didn't accidentally remove some big removal, did I? I'm only running one Shadow Word Death. sometimes you really need the 2 Shadow Word Deaths, other times you just don't, and it's very frustrating. I mean, it's like, it feels weird using a Shadow Word Death on like Misha or something, you know, at when she's being buffed by Leok. But, yeah. Of course, like, it's like, should I also remove the Museum Curators? You know, maybe that's a bit much. But I love this combo because you can get, basically the best dragon cards, the best in-game dragon cards, when you think about it. With that guy, you can get Chillmaw, and a lot of the time, Chillmaw is one of those cards that is like missing from this deck, that you need a Chillmaw really quickly. And those are the only real ways to get it in this deck, because you're not going to get it very consistently. There's too many dragons for it to be pulled by Netherspite Historian. I guess I could almost pull one Netherspite, keep the 2 Museum Curators, dump one, you know, only run one Netherspite. Yeah, I don't like that. I think the Netherspites give me too much pleasure and fun. I just love the Discover from these 4. It's a bit much Discover. It's like I do understand that though. But it's just too much fun keeping them. Alright, my Dragon Druid. What do we got going on here? Well, this is again like, do I want to keep Chromagus? Where do I have Dry Hair? Nourish, Azure Drake. I can pull Chromagus with Burns. I have an Addled Grizzly, which I actually tend to do pretty okay with. I've actually really liked just having this one mark. Sometimes it is really important. I only have the 1 living roots. This deck is not terribly consistent. Sometimes it does really well, and sometimes it just gets completely steamrolled, which I guess is the case with really most decks. But the question at hand, Dragonkin Sorcerer. I'm running 1 Mark of the Wild. That is really the only buff I'm running in this version of the deck, so I don't think Dragonkin Sorcerer particularly fits in. Blackwing Corruptor and Draconid Crusher. What would I cut for either one? I mean, I could cut the Living Roots and the Addled Grizzly, but I feel like really where this deck struggles is in the early game, just, you know, staying alive, and sometimes just dropping an Addled Grizzly and the Raven Idol after you've like backed up a Blackwing Technician buffed by Mark of the Wild. You know, that is your win condition. You know, you're not going to get to the end game if you can't basically do that. I don't think, you know, it's like, generally, like, one of the fun things with this deck is the Medivh in combination with the Moonglade Portal, because then whenever you Moonglade, you're getting 2 minions, which is two 6-cost minions. It basically doubles Moonglade Portal, which is generally pretty cool. So I like this functionality. I'm not sure Chromagus is better here than, because I don't really have a lot of card draw. It's really just Azure Drake and Nourish. So I think I dump Chromagus, add Nefarian. So that's one change. Do I run a Blackwing Corruptor? Does Blackwing Corruptor actually fit into this deck? I feel like pings are pretty good, like a 3 damage ping. Certainly fits in terms of just dealing direct damage to some targets. Yeah, 'cause sometimes it's just really hard to get rid of those like 4, you know, those, because I have the 2 Bookworms, so anything with like 4 attack or higher, it's sometimes just a little bit hard to get rid of when you're out of swipes. But what do I dump? I could dump Barnes. What does Barnes do for me now? His big pulls are Thorson and Bran. I don't think it's... Oh, Thorson, Bran, or Adel Grizzly. There are 3 good pulls, and there's twice as many bad pulls. I think I can dump Barnes. The chance of getting Thorson is, like... It's nice if you get the Thorson, but I don't think it's consistent enough. So I think Blackwing Corruptor is probably better than him. I already have Medivh and Nefarian. I'm not sure that I really need Dragon Crusher on top of that, so I think this is good. I think I have enough like big creatures. And I don't want to take anything, you know, really out of the early game. It's gonna screw up the early game curve. So I think this is fine. I'm not gonna redo this one too much. This one is just... Okay, what's going on here, you're probably wondering. I have 1 Everyfin is awesome, a Curator, a Chromagus, and this deck is just like... I kind of like this deck because it's so silly. Like, I mean, what is even going on here? Sometimes this is, you know, when it's like late at night and I'm kind of tired of playing my other decks, I'll play one of that. But I could try making a different shaman, but why would I do that? Why would I even run a dragon shaman? I don't know. What's this? I don't remember what this deck is. Some sort of Cthulhu silence thing. Oh, I could add in the 2 silences I just got, but I don't think it really helps that much. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to pull something out with Barnes? But what? This deck does not make sense. Oh yeah, this is my Dragon Paladin. With Murlocs. And Prince Malchezaar. Because of course. Because of course Prince Malchezaar. I think I should keep this because it's lulz, but you know, dragon. This is another. I have a lot of lulz decks here, but let's make another actual paladin dragon deck. What does this suggest? Yeah, see, the 2 Twilight Guardians and the Chillmaw and Ysera are all kind of key elements of this deck, in addition to this other stuff. You see this a lot, and I'm missing several key cards. Sure. Just to get kind of started here. Remove these manually. Really wish I had the Twilight Guardians. It's kind of hard to really have a... Twilight Guardians is a huge part of Dragon decks, so it's kind of difficult making it work without them. Stop this too. Let's see what what am I doing here? Do I run Chromagus in here? No, there's like no card draw. Okay. Oh, that... yeah. Okay. And then... look for some cool buffs. And maybe... yeah, let's see. I like just the one noble sacrifice. I think it's pretty good. I don't think you tend to play out as a paladin here. Yeah. There's the Blessing of Kings in here. I think Solemn Vigil is probably more consistent than, what is it? Divine Favor. Although I don't have the big board wipes. I don't have that many. That's alright. Some card draw is good. So maybe one hand of protection. One Blessing of Might. Oh yeah, let's see this. Is there a reason to run Barnes? I don't think there's a reason to run Barnes here. I think Thaurissan is pretty playable in a deck like this. This is like a high curve and you have a lot of Discover. Whenever you have lots of Discover, Thaurissan becomes more important. Maybe cut one Blessing of Kings. Thaurissan. I'm not really running too many expensive spells, so I don't think Medivh really fits in here. Magus feels lonely, because I'm not running him as much as other cards. But he's pretty expensive for being as inconsistent in value as he is. Definitely not a Yogg deck. Yeah. Alright. This is my variant of Dragon's Justice. Kind of rough. But it could be fun. How many more decks? I have 3 more decks. Is there another dragon deck I want to make? I don't think the way I like to play dragon decks fits with Warlock. Oh, I could try making a warrior now. Jackson. Serve the old gods. Yeah, I'm lacking several very important cards for the old gods deck. Alright, so we start with you and you. And I think I'm gonna run both of these. Anything else here? Well, yeah, do you run Yogg here? I could even make it a Reno Dragon deck. I mean, I don't know. That might be too silly. It's a lot of things to consider here. Nah, I think it's good this way. Yeah, I think you can run Dragon Cannon and Warrior. I could even maybe think about Hungry Dragon. All the dragons. Seriously, just all the dragons. And, yeah. Finn and Warrior, what do I run? I think you should run cute. I think you still want the 2 more axes. I'm thinking about charge. I'm thinking about slam. 'Cause Oh my, the neutral card draw. I probably should have them in here. Where is it? I already missed it, maybe. Yeah, I already missed it. I should just type in draw and find it that way. There it is. I'll let it. And then go here, go double rage, select the Iker. Oh. Do I even want Acolyte of Pain if I'm not running double whirlwind? And should I be running double whirlwind? I think maybe I cut the Acolyte. I'm gonna have problems with card draw though here, won't I? I mean, I'm gonna have to focus on basically playing tempo. I don't have a lot of low health minions, so I can keep the whirlwinds. I think they're fine. I don't think it's necessarily better to replace them with revenge. The slam I'm wondering about. The rampage I'm wondering about. There's maybe not. Yeah, let's cut one Hungry Break. And let's cut one Volcanic Break. I think you really only want one of each. And then Rampage. Maybe a charge. I think charge sometimes just really makes the difference. How many spells do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know, that's enough to run Arcane Giant. This is not really an Arcane Giant deck. Are there other epics I should be considering? It's not very good. Faceless Manipulator for who? Nefarian? Genia Zephyrs. I don't really know how he would fit in here. Faceless Manipulator for for follow-up to whatever I give charge to. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just another charge. There's gonna be times where something's gonna be alive. Let's try one rampage. See how it feels like in some initial experiments. This is like not a very spell-heavy warrior, so it will probably die to aggro base decks. But you know, whatever. I'm just doing this for like rolls and fun anyway. You can go wild. You can really not get quite as much aggro nonsense in wild. But you also get slightly slower Qs. You very rarely see like true wild decks in wild, I find.
Bring it on!
Try to get a slightly less terrible curve. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Problem is, of course, that I'm missing like 2 very important rares, 2 very important epics for this deck.
It's getting hot in here!
Yeah, the champion and the big taunt dragon. I'm pretty sure I should just drop and I die.
What secrets will uncover?
But I think it's fine if he dies at this point. because my curve is kind of boned. He thinks I've planned to use the double battle cry. Little does he know that Bryn is just here to hit things with his face.
Your history.
Job done.
Alright. Now Blackwing Corruptor can do work. Assuming he doesn't just suicide both things into Bran, and even if he does. Oh, yep. That thing's alive. Blackwing Corruptor gets to do work.
I wield the power of Blackwing.
Here we go. Should I even kill this? I think I should. Not bad, but it denies him from using the bird to activate for an execute, which you never know. At this point, he might be thinking about. I don't think that's quite worth it yet. So I'm
Death
this
to the
anyway.
pretender.
I think this is fine.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
3-5, it's basically the same stat
Job
as
done.
Magic Drake. And I wasn't going to get anything out of this. I'd rather save the pain for getting rid of something that will die. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Glory to the Sindora!
Okay. I think I'd rather use the bird.
Let reading dragon.
This deck is kind of weird. I don't really know how it's supposed to work. I'm confused. Is he a Reno? He might be a Reno warrior. You know, I think he's a Reno warrior. I think that's what's going on here. I think that's why I'm so confused by this deck. I think poke and execute. Or actually, I could ping and execute. That might be better. Yeah.
I wield the power of Blackwing.
Not exactly how I plan to use it.
Barbaric.
Keep my minions
Job's
alive.
done.
Like if he's Reno warrior, he might only have like one execute, and I don't think he's pulled it. I mean, he still has. Oh, I need to enter. 19 cards in deck.
I have an axe to grind.
No way to activate. Yep. Okay. Let's see. 5 life. I could charge in. Oh, that doesn't really seem to do much. Yeah, let's do.
Let reading dragon live.
My work
You're
is
out.
paramount.
Death to the
Suicide
pretender.
two. And hopefully, I'm gonna be able to bring out Crusher next turn. Oh. Wild. I mean, if he had that 2/4 guy that ramped off damage, that would be nuts.
Practice makes perfect.
Okay.
Stop.
Kind of a weird
Barbaric. For Blackwing.
This is a pretty big charge.
For the spine.
I think it's worth it. Getting down to 3. If I top deck an axe, well, actually no, because he's gonna have to. Well,
I have an
yeah,
axe
he's
to
just
grind.
bad. He is red.
Well played.
How should he die? Let's go this way.
Stop.
Barbaric. spire! Taroga! For the spire!
Negative 11. That's a beautiful overkill. Well, his deck was really weird. I think he was running Reno. Because I don't think he played any card twice, and his deck was all over the place, which generally suggests Reno. And so he didn't draw Reno, obviously. And he didn't draw a lot of his control. And I don't think his deck was just generally very consistent. Not just because it was Reno, which is always going to be less consistent, but also because it just, some of the card choices were very, they did not make sense to me. Like, were they meant to counter a specific deck type? Like, it's counter, like, it felt like it was supposed to counter Secret Paladin. Maybe he sees a lot of Secret Paladin in casual wild? I don't know.
Uther versus Valera.
Watch.
I feel like I haven't seen a Secret Paladin, like,
I
at
will
all.
fight with honor.
Wow, it's like all my buff spells. This is cool. And by cool, I mean not playable. This is much better. This is actually, it's actually a beautiful curve. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The pleasure is mine.
Well
Do I
met.
play the sacrifice now? I don't think I do now. Oh. Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna
Once upon a time.
tricky. This is better for curve. I think I play on curve first. Job done. And worry about everything else later, because I don't know that it's gonna last long enough for me to get to the other stuff.
Mind if I roll need?
No,
Once
so much
upon
for
a
my
time.
curve reasoning. I don't have a lot of spell damage. This is a really hard choice because these are both... Twilight Guardian is really good. But I'm not sure that it's really good against Death. Yeah. I have good curve here right now.
Let me think.
And I can get Deathwing out on turn 8 because of the Dragon Contour. So I think I'll take the turn 8 Deathwing. And hope he doesn't have a Sap. Because Sap is not good for turn 8 Deathwing. Obviously.
You're not that shy.
Oh,
Hey, do you want to buy a funnel cake?
My work is paramount.
get that amazing face damage in. I think I play the Ash first if it keeps looking like this. And I'm probably not going to get the buff off Draconid. We'll see. We'll see what's going on at that point. Oh. Well, he doesn't have a lot of cards. And Dragon Sorcerer still kills all the time. So. What is the art on this? Like, I look at it and I just do not know what I'm looking at. Oh, it's holding this light source and it's in its right hand, or its right talons or whatever. And it has a staff in its left, and the head is like looking up to the left. I see what's going on now. I kept looking at this and I'm like, because it almost looks like the head is facing to the right, and it actually has the light source in its mouth.
Ha, this guy's
I don't know, it's just kind of weird looking back at me. Like, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. The perspective, like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's, I don't want to be sassy, but I think it might be like the worst art in the game. Like, I'm not trying to be superlative here. It's done. It doesn't really do it for me, I guess you could say.
I have no time for games.
So Hustlers. I think I want to get rid of Sylvanas, so I'm gonna have to change my plan a little bit. I think I consecrate. Fine. Cross Sylvanas. Yeah, probably.
Feed you to master.
Fugan. I've only seen that in that Brawl solo thing. It's into 18. This lets me murder the 2-2. This lets me play him next turn.
Well played.
I've kinda... I don't know if that's the best use of Divine Shield, but I can't play it on Brightwing, so rip. Oh, okay.
Get down!
You might have to pop the Divine Shield. A little bit nervous about that. But now I definitely get him down to below. I'm gonna be threatening lethal now. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful. Or not. No, no, no. Yep, threatening lethal. Now he has to remove Deathwing with one of his 2 cards. Oh, he's going to find a better card. Hopefully. Oh wow. That's 11 total damage he's doing. Wait, no, I just 1. He did not remove Deathwing. Alright. Dragon Ducks are doing okay so far. I mean, we are in Wild, which means that people are playing super casually. Like, there's casual. Like, you get a lot more, like, just serious Zoo and Shaman aggro in Standard, so I go to Wild for casual fun. It's really the only place it is. You'll still occasionally run into Zoo and other stuff, but you see a lot more just kind of random stuff in Wild. Dragon Shine. I kind of want to try Draconis. We'll see how he does.
Anduin versus Anduin.
Oh my god.
The light shall bring victory.
I
Light smiles upon
only
the
have
just.
one Northshire in this deck. It's funny. It's gonna screw up all my Resurrects, but whatever. Actually, am I even running Resurrect? I don't think I even am running Resurrect, so whatever.
Is someone injured?
Yogg. This is still my best open right here. Most satisfying. I'm like, man, I'm sick of losing to Yogg's in my open when I'm like, it's time to put Yogg into all the decks. Yep, that worked. Power Shield, whatever, is still alive. It's yeah, he's gonna deck and put them into your hand. 2 cards from my deck. So probably dragons.
Once upon a time.
I tend to have lots of cards, and I prefer Scale Nightmare at 6 to force his removal out. Nixie can be really nice too, though. But that would get 9, and my curve is already kind of wacky.
Don't touch that!
Oh, he is resurrected now. Or priest, or whatever it's called now. Scarlet Bolt will find a way.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone. Plot twist.
Don't touch that!
Resurrect. With the... oh, it's a Nova. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good too. And that is, not for me, obviously. But if you resurrect, I can now so I don't want to give him multiple dead injured Blade Masters. Well, no, wait, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, if I can kill something else, if he does the resurrect with the bishop, and I kill the bishop and I entomb the Blade Master, yeah, I think this is the way to do it. You basically just get it less likely that the text for his other resurrects, because he has 3 more resurrects, right? So the idea is give it at least a 50% chance. Okay. He is actually playing wild cards that I just have not seen before now, so there's that too. Let's get you out. Oh, he likes my dragon. He wants my dragon for his own.
Welcome to the exhibit!
Oh, I get garbage. But garbage is the least bad for me. It's all pretty bad. I have no spells in hand. I think I go here.
For Blackwing!
Job's done. That's nice, because now if he resurrects and gets the injured Blade Master, oh, he's gonna play his own. Okay. Is he then going to remove mine with a murder? Yeah, he's playing a lot more control than I am, so... and that's inconvenient.
Let reading dragons lie.
Wait. Don't touch that!
Job's done.
The game begins. The game begins.
Okay, good. Good. Unfortunately, he's gonna have... well... depends on whether he has his other big removal. Well, let's see. Top deck Nova? No, that's not Nova. Entomb, there's 2 other big removals you might have. Let's try it. I mean, if he murders it, then I put 2 of my dragons on the board. And if he entombs it, rip. Sucks for me. But there's no way to know if he has entomb or not. He already played 1. Oh, you could also get more entombs from my deck. I only have 1 entomb in my deck though, so it's kind of unlikely. Because I already played 1 on his Injured Blade Master. I guess at this point he could thought steal my entombed Injured Blade Master. That would be silly. He's probably looking at the various dragons he's stolen from my deck and it's like,
For Blackwood!
there's that.
Quickly.
He actually has more damage on the board than I do. So we're gonna fix that by getting rid of some of his damage.
Let reading dragons lie. Puny mortals!
Job's done.
Probably gonna Nova, or I'm sure he has another board wipe. Yeah, he's gonna board wipe somehow. But how is he going to board wipe? That's what I don't know. Oh, he's gonna Yogg and just... Hold the board wipe. On Yogg. Mine? Oh, that's right. Okay. On my fourth on my feature. Okay, what type of hunter? We got a hunter secret. That's great. Well. Wow. Okay. How many spells have I casted now? On me? On me? Okay. No board wipe? No board wipe? Oh. I have reduced his total damage to 4. Theoretically, he doesn't have lethal, although, you know, he probably does. Oh, he's entombing my Yogg. That's not lethal. 4 mana. Can he deal lethal with 4 mana? I mean, I think he could, but I don't know. I guess not if he's going to attack my Drake with all 4. Oh, okay. He probably has 2 holy... Oh, there it is. Now he has identified the secret. Does he have one of those 5 damage spells? Is that why he's just kind of dicking around? I have to imagine that's why. Or he's just trying to... I don't know what he's trying to do. To murder me with a Blade Master, I guess. Let's see. Is there anything here that doesn't result in me immediately dying? Well, he only has 7 damage on the board, so there's that. I can't use Shadow Word Death.
Consider.
I can heal myself. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That still doesn't do it. Yeah, there is no way to avoid lethal right here.
You have best.
The Priest vs. Priest was not successful. The significantly greater amount of removal was a big problem. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Dragon Druid. It's hard to do Dragon Druid. I know I did Paladin, Warrior. Let's do this. Let's do one of this. I guess I could also be doing ranked, but I'm like trying to avoid aggro right now, and as soon as you get into ranked and Zero mode, that's all you're gonna run
I must
into.
protect the wild.
Just because it's a warlock doesn't mean he's zoo, does it? Should I keep the swipe? I kind of would rather have ramping, but I have no idea. I have no idea what the likelihood of him being zoo is in casual wild. Certainly doesn't strike me as it. It strikes me as a.
The land serves me.
I kind of want to go for the slimes here. Yeah. That's what it's Then bring out the mission next turn. Yeah.
My work
My
is
curve is working
paramount.
out really well.
Leave me alone.
Feel my wrath.
Yeah, board advantage against a warlock, which is generally nice.
For the crusade!
Oh. Kind of feel like I go face and then just expect
For the wild.
to die. So that's fun.
Feel my
Yes, that is
wrath.
dead. I mean, it's not like she's gonna not trade the 3-1 at this point, because it dies next turn, obviously. If it tries to go
Your
face or
magic shall not save
something.
you.
What? Why would you silence that one? What? Why would you not silence the 3-5 that actually would lose stats from the silence? That made no sense. That was not in the domain of sense making.
Distracted me!
Not a choice that made any sense.
Job's done.
I'm just flabbergasted. I wonder if this is the type of guy that runs the 1 damage ping that gives you a card. Nope, but he is the type that runs a Shadow Bolt. Right. Fair enough, dude. Let's heal my lovely lady. Oh, cool.
Give that minion a turn to get
6-6,
ready.
that's a pretty good roll. It's about, you know, that's generally what you want. You know, 6-6 for 6 mana.
Drink
Plus a
with
heal.
me, friend.
What's not to like? It's the best.
You win
Oh, okay.
this time.
I guess he was Reno Warlock, right? I guess he didn't. I mean, yeah, I guess he didn't have a response for the 6-6. That's my only. That's all I can think of to explain what just happened. I didn't tweak either of these decks pretty much at all. Did I just? I don't remember if I just did this or not. I kind of feel like Dragon Warrior should not have worked. Is it? Yeah, it's getting a little late. Oh, it's down here too, isn't it? Just one more. Let's see this dragon deck and a warrior. See if it can continue to work out. Whether it was an anomaly.
Garrosh versus
Nope.
Anduin.
I think this is the
light
resurrect
shall
priest I
bring
ran into
victory.
earlier. I think it's the same
Victory
guy.
or death!
This bird is not really any better. That's not ideal.
Greetings.
Hi.
Is someone injured?
Greetings.
It's a Northshire clerk. I think Northshire means I do not pop Nether Spite right now. Or really ever. Until she is dead. There's no rough.
I feel icky.
Do you have a shadow word kill?
My
Might.
word is paramount.
I would believe
Leave me
it.
alone.
It's pretty common to keep a shadow word kill in your opening hand if you can. Mulligan for it. So you can get rid of, you know, stuff like Blackwing Technician. Nope. I don't have any solutions to my own deck here, so I guess you could. I guess, yeah, I guess Bookworm. Bookworm would be the solution, but that's 3 mana off. Okay, sure. I'm okay with this.
Stop distracting me. Once upon a time.
Ooh. What's going on with my curve? I think Chilma? Is that gonna murder my own stuff? I kinda don't know. Chilma is pretty good. If he starts to gain the board,
Wonder.
this is like the biggest board wipe I would have, so we'll see how things are going in 4 rounds. Does he play Leopard Gnome straight with his hand?
Is someone injured?
Holy Smite. We'll run Holy Smite, I guess. The thing people do. I did not know this.
Power flows.
I love it. Nice to be on the board and able to take damage on something.
Are you afraid of the
That doesn't really quite do it, does it? It also cannot keep it alive.
You have been.
Wait, what? Why does people like randomly quit? I don't understand. I don't know. This is the problem with playing super casual, is that people rage quit a lot faster, which is maybe good. Is that really a problem? I mean, it seemed a bit abrupt. Like, I didn't feel like I had won that game yet, but maybe he was looking in his hand and he's like, my deck is not designed to take on a dragon deck. It's designed for something else. I mean, Dragon Warriors are pretty strong, but generally they're pretty strong because of that 3/3 charge for, what was it, 2 mana? Like, ridiculous. That's, if I remember that right. And also, they generally need, I think, a 3/6 taunt dragon that I can't remember the name of. But it's an epic from the Grand
Uther
Tournament.
versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine. I will fight with honor.
Kinda. I like the combo here, but I want things to play on, you know, 3 and stuff. Yeah, I basically mulligan pretty hard for Blackwing. She's pretty important to my tempo. I mean, she's really just a pretty strong card generally. You know, she's 8 total stats.
Why do you call?
Pretty good. It's not bad. I think I coin out Blackwing next turn. That is better
Put
than
this apple on your head.
you. Now I'm feeling gross because there's a Knife Juggler and I can't instantly remove because I'm too far away from Consecrate and I don't want to Consecrate anyway.
Honor is paramount. Leave me alone.
Alright, Knife Juggler. Do you have... What am I playing? Is this Zoo? There's no evidence yet that it's Disco Lock. I'm suspecting Zoo. Wild. I see more Wild. I'm sorry, I see more Zoo and Wild than I see, I'm tired. I should probably stop after this.
Stop distracting me.
Well, my thing is, I mean, she's gonna get... The Vulps are gonna get picked off the Knife Juggler, but...
of magic.
What's the fight here? So... Or Vulps. You know, anything that hits the Vulps is not hitting my face. Against a Warlock.
Why do you
Basically
call?
fine. It's good so far. 3 more mana.
Do you hear its
Oh,
call?
oh, oh, and... Oh, you got one. You got one, but, I think I get... Oh, I don't have a way to... What's he gonna do? Is he gonna kill the Whelp? Is he gonna go face? What's it gonna be? Yeah, I don't have a way to break through now. Well, at least not without, consecrating.
Listen
Not
closely.
exactly what I want to do, but, I don't know, do I consecrate here? I could. I still don't even kill the, Twilight Elder. But getting rid of Knife Juggler would be pretty nice. I think it's better maybe the Dragonkin Sorcerer.
Power flows.
Protect the flight.
Tricky. It's hard to say. He's just gonna pop her with a dagger. I'll end up having to consecrate anyway. Oh, maybe. Maybe that's what will happen. Maybe I... Oh, what? What? Rude. Another minion, or what? Just gonna float 2 mana?
Listen closely.
Once again, I'm like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to consecrate 2 minions? Maybe. There are 2 minions with ongoing effects. That can be pretty nice to get rid of. Seven next turn. Yeah, just do that. Okay. One there. Oh, he can trade the 3-2 now. Is that what he's gonna do? He's gonna Dark Bomb it. Oh, all face. 4 minions
Listen closely.
that all die. Yeah, let's do it.
Reporting for duty.
With any luck, I get a buffed Draconid Crusher next turn. Might throw out another taunt though. Well, even with a taunt, Right Wing should be able to break through. So all I need is the... Yeah. All I need is the 1 damage hit from Mr. Silverhand Recruit. If he throws down one of his... Okay, that's not a taunt. That is not a taunt.
For Blackwing! To battle!
Now, if he Power Overwhelming, attacked, and then use that thing that kills based on the attack damage of the creature, man, that would be sick. It would board wipe my 9/9. Oh, he didn't Power Overwhelming, so I think he was just going face, which is an interesting choice, given that he's at 10 life. How does he get rid of the 9/9?
Bring me steel!
Or is he just giving up? What's going on?
Get it out! Get it out!
Nothing here indicates... I'm guessing he's just given up. I don't see what he does with 3 mana. That means he doesn't die this turn. He just ends the turn. Okay.
Well played.
Why not just concede?
spice!
Whatever. Well, Paladin and Warrior have been doing a lot better now. I think I just looked at this and was like, I don't know what to do, and so I didn't do anything. I think there's a lot of card draw in here. This is like a weird deck, but Chromagus sort of belongs. I would totally melt some of these golden cards if good. Alright, I think I'm gonna change to my phone and lay down and stop streaming because I am losing the capacity to form sentences. GG's guys, thanks for watching.